When it comes to technical analysis, some of the biggest challenges you'll face have absolutely nothing to do with the market itself. Nope, they happen right inside your own mind. Today, we're going to unpack a very specific cognitive trap that so many analysts fall into, a lot of times without even realizing it's there.
Seriously, just think about this for a second. What if the most dangerous variable in your entire analytical process isn't some crazy market shock, but it's actually your own subconscious desire to be right? That's the core conflict we're really digging into here.
And this fundamental conflict, well, it leads us directly into what you could call the analyst's hidden trap. It's subtle, it's almost invisible, but believe me, it is powerful enough to completely undermine even the most careful and detailed work on a chart.
So where does this trap even come from? Let's get right to the root of it. Think about the tools we use, right? Trend lines, channels, chart patterns. You're the one drawing them. The pen, or the mouse, is literally in your hand. And with that control comes a powerful, powerful temptation to just nudge things just a little.
This very specific temptation actually has a name, and it perfectly captures the problem. It's called the painting bias, and it's born from that desire to create a more positive, more actionable picture than the one that really exists. Let's break down exactly what that means.
So what is it? Well, the painting bias is basically that unconscious little pull to make the chart fit the story you want to see. You're looking for a buy signal, right? So you subconsciously adjust a trend line just a tiny, tiny bit to make one appear. Now, look, this isn't usually some kind of deliberate fraud. It's just a really dangerous mental shortcut.
This quote just gets right to the heart of it. It's not always about fabricating a perfect signal out of thin air. A lot of the time, it's simply about taking a messy, uncertain chart and just making it look a little more promising, a little cleaner, a little more aligned with your hopes.
And right here is where this seemingly small habit becomes truly, truly hazardous. That tiny, innocent-looking adjustment might seem totally harmless in the moment, but it's the critical first step onto a very slippery slope of self-deception.
This really sets up the internal battle every single analyst faces. On one side, you've got the disciplined analyst. Their only goal is to find the objective truth in the chart, no matter how messy or inconvenient it is. And on the other side, you've got the hopeful painter, who's seeking subjective satisfaction. They want to create a picture that makes them feel good about a trade. These are two completely different goals.
So how does this whole flawed process actually play out? Well, it starts with a simple desire. You want to find a signal. Then comes that small, seemingly innocent adjustment. That little nudge lets you confirm a pattern that isn't really there. And before you know it, you're putting real money at risk based on a picture you literally just painted for yourself.
So, if the temptation to paint a prettier picture is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it isn't some new tool or a magic indicator. The only antidote is an internal quality: rigorous, unflinching, absolute discipline.
The objective here has to be absolute. It's not enough to just be aware of this bias. The goal is to actively, relentlessly work to eliminate it completely. This right here, this is the line that separates a professional, systematic analyst from someone who is just playing with charts and hoping for the best. The goal is zero.
So what's the playbook for this? How do you actually do it? First, you have to be rigorously faithful to your technical rules. No exceptions. Second, you have to actively resist that temptation to fix or clean up your drawings to make them look better. Third, and this is a big one, you have to learn to accept when a chart is telling you absolutely nothing. And finally, you must always prioritize the truth of the chart over the signal you wish you could find.
All right, let's broaden our perspective for a moment, because this idea goes so far beyond just charts. This whole concept of the painting bias isn't just a lesson in technical analysis, it's a lesson in a much broader, more profound way of thinking about all kinds of decisions.
And here is the real takeaway. True mastery in any analytical field isn't just about knowing your tools. It's about knowing yourself. It's having the self-awareness to see your own mental weaknesses, to recognize your own blind spots and biases, and to build systems to actively counteract them. That is the real skill.
And all this leaves us with one final, crucial question to ask yourself. This tendency to paint a better picture, to seek out the outcome we desire, it doesn't just happen on a price chart. So think about it. Where else in your life, in decisions both big and small, might you be subtly adjusting the facts to fit the story you want to be true? That's a powerful thought to consider.